Hey everyone, welcome back to TK's Tech Talk. You may have seen from some of my other videos that I'm actually doing a new PC build, and I've decided to use the Masterbox NR400 for the case. It has a optical disk drive, at least this model does. You can also have the option without an optical disk drive. So I'm going to be building my Ryzen 5 3600 XT PC inside this case. And if you are liking my videos and you do find value in them, please do feel free to like and subscribe. It really does encourage me to continue making these videos, especially if it does help people who are looking for similar components or have questions about similar components. I'm more than happy to try and answer those. So I've got my trusty kitchen knife here. I'm going to break open the seals, and I think I might have to come back once I've done that and show you what's inside the box. All right. Let me get that case out of the box, because I don't know how I'm going to do it while I'm on the camera, but I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so I've got the case out of the box, and it has a tempered glass side panel. It looks quite compact. It's a little bit wider than I expected it to be, but I believe that's like that because it allows for cable management behind the motherboard tray, so that's nice to have. But overall, it's still a fairly reasonable size. And what's even more amazing is that the amount of drives that you can pack inside. So we'll have a look at that as we look around the case. So let's try and have a look at the top. There we go. We have two USB 3.0 ports. We have a reset button and a power button in the shape of a CoolerMaster logo. Go to the front of the case. So as I mentioned, this is the one with the optical disk drive. So there's the bay for the optical disk drive there. And it has a nice mesh cover at the front, which I believe can be clipped off easily. The back has nothing. And here you can see the back of the case, space for the power supply, expansion cards, where the motherboard plate fits. We have a fan at the back, and there's one fan at the front. So let's just turn this back around and open up the side panels. So it's got nice thumb screws there. They don't come all the way out, it looks. Yep. So how does this go? Wow, that slid off very easily. So let's put this safely down somewhere. Try not to damage that. Okay, so inside we have two fans. I believe these are 120mm fans, or was it 140? I can't remember now. We have two bays here for 2.5 inch. Let me adjust my camera a little bit. I just realized you can't really see inside the case. There we go. So we have two 2.5 SSD brackets here, and the motherboard obviously sits there. We have the two fans, got some cable management, nice rubber grommets there for the cables to fit through. And underneath this, obviously the power supply will sit here, and then we have a hard drive bracket here. We have the optical disk drive bay at the top there. And I believe you can stick another hard drive underneath, a 3.5 inch hard drive underneath. So you can have three in the bay down below, and then you can have one at the top here. So that's four 3.5 drive bays. And we also have these brackets you can see on the back sides. It will fit two more 2.5 inch SSDs. So that's four 2.5 inch drives, four 3.5 inch drives, and an optical disk drive bay. That's a lot of storage and expansion for such a small case. So let's turn this around and open the other side up. Pulls off nice and easily. Oh, looks like we've got some sort of mesh filter. Ah, yes, of course, this is the filter that fits on the top. It just magnets on like that. Looks nice and complete now. So I know you can fit an all-in-one cooler or AIO at the top, or maybe at the front. I'm not too familiar with these things, so I will learn about them, and I'll let you know how to use it if I ever need one. So here obviously you have some cable management already going on, and I'm sure we'll have to take these out to maybe use with our motherboard. And we have the power supply space there at the bottom, and right at the bottom there, let me just remove my camera so I can show it to you. You can see That is the removable hard drive bay. It's got some cables and stuff inside. Let's just take that out. So everything's tied together. I'm not going to untie it all, but we've got some screws and connectors that are required and cables for your PC build. So again, 2 hard drives go inside here, one goes on top and one underneath the 5.25 inch bay. So let's stick that back in. So I will actually be building a Ryzen 5 PC, Ryzen 5 3600 XT to be precise, with a RX 570 graphics card, 16 gigs of HyperX memory at 3200 megahertz C16, and I have an SN550 Western Digital Blue SSD NVMe, which will go onto the motherboard, which is a ASUS B550M-K. So I will be doing another video of this case when it's completely got everything inside and it's fully built, so that you can see how it looks, and hopefully I'll be able to get the cable management looking as neat as this, just so that it looks neat inside as well. I won't be adding any AIOs or water cooling or anything like that. I'm going to use the 2 standard stock fans and the stock fan that came with the Ryzen 5 3600 XT. So please feel free to subscribe and hit the notifications icon so you will see when that video is posted. And like I've already mentioned, I have videos of all the other components that I've unboxed already on my channel, so please feel free to check them out. And like I said again, please do subscribe if you like these videos, or you want to see updates on more things like this case or the Cougar power supply, for example, that you can't really find many videos on these days because they're not as common as other components. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.